everybody, and welcome to the day after No King's Day protests. That was awesome. I, of course, was on a plane during the protest, which made me sad. But again, they were amazing. I saw lots of pictures and videos, and had lots of friends reporting in, and it was so cool. Just a point of reference. New York City had the biggest protest probably in the world, and there was not one arrest because we weren't there to get in trouble. We weren't there to cause mayhem. That would be the other side. We were there to exercise our First Amendment rights to protest peacefully and to make a point. I think the point was made. From what I understand, most of the protests were joyful and uplifting and very, very clear about what our mission was. I have to confess, I was worried ahead of time. I was very worried that ICE was going to show up at a lot of these things and provoke problems. But I guess apparently somebody in charge who understands how badly this could have gone. And again, probably not somebody in the Trump regime, but people at local and state levels probably did whatever they could to make sure that bad actors like ICE were boxed out. So thank goodness. Thank goodness. So why was I flying instead of being at a protest? Well, on Sunday, sorry, that would be today. On Friday, I was down in South Carolina to give a talk at the Freedom from Religion Foundation annual event, and it was really, really cool. There's some really great people, great people down there, and one of our own made an appearance. Ghost Slayer 59 came all the way down from Pennsylvania. It was awesome to meet her. She brought her awesome friend Christopher. So thank you to Ghost Slayer 59 for making the effort. It was great to meet and hang out. Again, it was a really wonderful event, and I urge all of you to check out the organization. It's Freedom Religion Foundation, and their main goal is to protect, protect the separation between church and state, but there isn't one anymore. So to do whatever we can to make sure we build the wall between church and state. So yes, definitely check it out. Okay. Let us get your questions, because that is why we're here. Oh wait, quick housekeeping thing. I am going to be doing lots of traveling and events and stuff over the next couple of months, probably. So for the foreseeable future, customary anything within reason is going to be on Monday nights, because I'm going to need my weekend free. So that's it. Mary Trump Live will be Tuesdays through Fridays. Ask Me Anything will be Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's the only change. That's it. Everything else will be basically the same. Okay. Lily Pat Ribbit, thank you very much. It's extremely generous of you. Comment. No tears for Bolton. He served in Donald's first term and ignored subpoenas to impeachment hearings without consequence. To save his information for his book, he helped create the monsters that's devouring him. I heartily concur. And here's the thing. I mean, I've looked into this. The prosecution against Bolton is actually a righteous one. This is not, we two things be true at once. It is a righteous prosecution. He allegedly, according to professional career prosecutors at the DOJ, not the political appointees, Bolton did indeed illegally share classified information with people who had no right to see it. That is a legitimate thing, and it's dangerous. And not only that, but Iran hacked into one of his email accounts in which some of this classified information was stored. For all we know, Bolton was compromised, first of all, and secondly, although Bolton did inform the FBI about the hack, he did tell them the information that Iran had potentially had access to. which would be the classified information he had no right to and shared with unauthorized people. Okay, so that's true. However, it is also true that if Donald didn't hate John Bolton would not be prosecuted. So, in fact, Biden DOJ, knowing everything we now know, refused to indict Bolton. That doesn't mean that Bolton didn't do something wrong. Seems pretty clear he did, allegedly. It's because it would have been compromising to the intelligence. Okay, so we have a potentially malicious prosecution that could further compromise U.S. intelligence, all because of retribution and vengeance, even though it looks like it is a malicious prosecution. So, but yes, as far as Bolton goes, yeah, he can go for himself. He's a terrible person who did something very dangerously wrong, allegedly. Philip, question. Now what? What does the resistance do next? Well, we keep building. We keep building on this. We keep having protests. We have bigger ones. We have protests in more places. We make this an international movement. We continue to put pressure on Democrats to do better and fight harder. We, for example, refuse to accept candidates like the governor of Maine, whose name escapes me at the moment, who's running for Senate against Susan Collins, who is promising that if she does get elected, she will not vote with other Democrats to end the filibuster. No fucking way. That is disqualifying right out of the gate. We can't accept candidates who take positions like that. Also, just as an aside, all right, if you're a sort of low information voter, is that an issue that's going to move you one way or the other? No. So just don't say anything about it. Like, who's thinking, oh wow, I'm basing my vote. I can't afford healthcare and I can't afford to feed my kids. But what I really care about is whether or not the Democrats are going to protect the filibuster. Like, why even say that? Because all that's going to do is lose your support against Democrats who actually do pay attention to these things. See? So, sorry, I rambled, went off on a tangent. Donna, member for 5 months. Thank you, Donna, as always. Question. Hi, Mary. Hope you're feeling better. Thoughts. What was the AI post that Donald did last night after Nix's rally? Is he like a 10-year-old spoiled child? So offensive considering theory works for we the people. Glad he appreciates us. Oh, gosh, that is an insult to 10-year-old spoiled children. No, he's a malicious. He's a grown-ass adult who has the emotional capacity. Actually, that's not even true. He's stunted emotionally, and he has the impulse control of a toddler, and he's just mean. He's a mean, petty bully. So for those of you who don't know, in order to just sort of make the very sophisticated argument that the protests yesterday were unnecessary and alarmist, Donald reposted an AI video, which is of him dressed as a fighter pilot, which is really insulting in and of itself, wearing a little crown, because he's not, he has no desire to be a king. So fighter pilot wearing a crown, flying a plane over the protesters, and the plane kind of like a crop duster. But instead of fertilizer, drops manure seeds on the protesters. Could have been worse. Could have been bombs. But yeah, that is how much respect Donald has for most of the country, and how much he has respect for our First Amendment right protest. He's a vile, despicable human, and I am so very tired. Donna, thanks so much again. Hi again. Hello. Question: Did I get to do anything fun on vacation? I did. It was awesome. It wasn't exactly relaxing. It was a blast. I got to hang out with a lot of friends. haven't seen it in a while. So thank you for asking. Lizzie Beth. Thank you, Lizzie Beth. This is, I can't think of a question fee. That's okay. Neither can I. I'm having a hard enough time with the answers. David, question. I wondered how Donald would retaliate against the 7 million strong peaceful protest, but couldn't believe his utterly childish AI video. Presidential behavior? Fuck no. Well, it's not really a question. It's a statement. No, there's nothing. Well, here's the thing. I'm sure you remember during this administration, any minute now, Donald is going to commit some presidential behavior. And it never happened. And every time somebody said that, I was just like, are you kidding me? Please stop. Please stop giving this idiot the benefit of the doubt. I think that ship has sailed. But here's the thing now. He's his second presidency. What he does is now presidential behavior. He's redefined the term. So yeah, that is presidential behavior. So happy tens of millions of Americans are okay with it. In the middle of nowhere. I sent pics of No Kings protesters. I'm so glad you asked because you will remind me of something. Please, please, please do send your pictures of the No Kings protest to info@americamedia.com, and we're going to put this together a slideshow. And we're going to show it throughout the week. Team, by the way, we're going to be doing. Yeah, so thank you in the middle of nowhere for running. Terry, question. What do yesterday's. I'm assuming that's number, not hashtag. Sorry. Or pound signs. What yesterday's number action taken to remove him and his sick? Well, we can't remove him. We don't have the power to remove him. What we have the power to do is, again, make the Democrats dig in and fight harder and smarter and, quite frankly, scare the shit out of Republicans. And they are scared. If they weren't scared, they would have ignored yesterday. Instead, they tried to frame it as hate America rallies, which I'm very sorry, smacks of desperation because they're desperate. They should be. So we need to keep ratcheting that up. I know that comes with certain risks, but that is the only way here. D-Bid. It's beyond my comprehension that the Republicans in Senate and the House can back him. Yeah, well, it's sort of beyond my comprehension that 62, 74, and 78 million people voted for him. It's beyond my comprehension that people are okay with anything he's doing, quite frankly. It's embarrassing, humiliating, cruel, scary, un-American, anti-American, unconstitutional. But, I guess if you feel like you're getting your way, then you can excuse anything. And the elected Republicans are only interested in their own power. Steve Hockey, thank you so much for that comment. The main should be to stop him rigging the 26 elections. Yeah, and again, I think that comes down to blue state governors and blue state legislatures. That's it. I think the courts are going to be, especially the Supreme Court, will be useless in such matters. So the Democrats just need to fight hard and fight and be playing the same game and leveling the playing field, all that other stuff. So Texas is going to add 5 seats. Illinois should add 5. Texas is going to add 5 safely Republican districts. It should add 5 safely Democratic districts. And on and on and on. That's it. What good do we do if we let them cheat and steal election? But we have our principles and our democracy. That's not good enough anymore. Electron question. Mary, you once stated you enjoy classical music. Who are some of your favorite composers? Well, thank you for asking that. I'm going to hydrate briefly. I go back and forth on this. Mozart and Bach are my 2 favorite composers. Sometimes Mozart's my favorite composer. Sometimes Bach is my favorite composer. I think the greatest piece of music ever written is Mozart's The Marriage of Figaro. So he always gets the end there because I've listened to that opera like 7 billion times. The best recording of it, in fact, it's perhaps one of the greatest recordings of any kind of music in ever, is Sergei Scholz's version. Lucia Pop as Susanna, Kirite Kanawa as the Countess, Federico Stata as Cabino, Samuel Allen as Figaro, and Thomas Allen is the Count. Oh my God. Truly. But Bach, I don't know, I'm just extraordinarily fond of Bach, and luckily both of them are extremely prolific. And when I think that Mozart died in his 30s, it's just unbelievable to think about. We lost at the same time. He has such an incredible body of work, and Bach actually lived a fairly long time. So I am particularly, I don't know, like the St. Matthew Passion is just glorious, and many of his cantatas and piano. I mean, all it's just amazing. So those are my two favorites, and I also love Brahms a great deal. And probably my second favorite opera composer, as much as I adore Verdi, Puccini's Turandot and especially Tosca are two of my favorite operas as well. All right, I'm going to stop boring you guys, but thank you for the question. Motley also I'm quite fond of Stravinsky. Okay, I could go on, but I will stop. Motley Pfizer. JD Vance getting cut off being an invasive liar at a news interview was quite funny this week. Oh, I missed that. I was too focused on the fact that he is using the Marines at like a show of force, like against whom exactly? Baby JD Vance. Yeah, that's what should happen. You're lying to our faces. We should not be We should not be allowing that to happen. It's just incredible. Oh, Alligator question: does Donald still get credit for the solution? Yeah, well, considering it didn't last very long, and Israel's accusing Hamas of attacking them somewhere, and Israel's bombing shit out of Gaza again, and Palestinians are returning to a place that basically has been obliterated. So, good job. It's horrifying. It's all just horrifying. Dorothy, thank you so much as always. Questions: where can I get my Antifa membership card? Oh, it's going to cost you more than that. Because we'd have to make up the whole thing. We have to make up the whole organization. Seriously, we have to build a whole organization out of whole cloth so we can give you cards and create memberships. Right? It's absurd. There is no such thing as an organization called Antifa. Even so, though, George Soros runs, or so I'm told. What the hell did George Soros do to deserve any of this anti-Semitism? In the middle of nowhere. Thank you so much again, as always. Okay. Question: can you give a short explanation of cognitive tests I took? What's happening with that book club? P.S. I read bad book T-shirt from United States protest. How can I share pics? Okay. Sharing pics again, info@marytrumpmedia.com. As for the book club, we will be in touch with you. I promise over the next 2 days. I have been traveling and I keep forgetting, but I'm writing. Look, I have a pencil. I'm writing it down. Okay. As to your first question, the test, Donald, I mean, I don't know about if he took a different one recently, but a few years ago, remember man, person, woman, camera, TV, whatever. That test was a Montreal Cognitive Assessment. And it's similar to other tests I used to administer. And again, it's sort of a pre-screening for early onset dementia, right? It is designed to be passed. No, sorry. It is designed for people to get a perfect score. Right? It is looking at the very beginnings of cognitive decline, which is why it is so easy. You are supposed to get 100. I think the passing grade is 96 or higher, right? Which means that if you miss one thing, there are potentially more than one item. There are potential concerns. And therefore, you would then give a larger battery of tests, right? Or more involved tests. Let me give you an example. Count backwards for 100 by 7. Okay. What would be another example? You are asked, your doctor, the administrator says 5 words to you, or 3 words, I don't remember which. And then at the end of the test, the administrator asks you what those words were. So, or to remember it, you remember the 3 words I told you at the beginning of the test, which was about 5 or 10 minutes ago. You were asked to identify pictures. And these are not, it's not like, pictures of very rare subatomic particles. It's a picture of a camel. Can you identify what it's a camel? Okay. So bragging, actually, this is funny. Around the time this was happening, I was on Lauren O'Donnell's show. So we were talking about this cognitive test. And I said that just the fact that Donald was talking about the fact that he aced the cognitive test, which is everybody is supposed to do, not like getting 800 on the SATs or the GREs, okay? It's like getting 201 SATs. Oh, good, you were able to sign your name. Excellent job. So Lauren said, so bragging about the cognitive test is failing the cognitive test. And I said, yes. It's just, it's embarrassing, but it also just shows you how thirsty Donald for approval, even if he's embarrassing himself in the process. Mighty Cheryl, gifted $1 Media membership. Thank you, as always. Fabulous. Erin is a member for 2 months. Fantastic. Comment, our fearless leader is back. Oh, that's me. Oh, thank you. It's like, who are you talking about? Thank you. And love the guest host. Yes, especially Waj. Yeah, what amazing friends / nerd around job. So I'm so grateful to them for stepping up, and so appreciate all of you for supporting. Erin again. Erin has me almost nearly speechless. Did 50 Married Trump memberships. I don't know what to say, except I'm humbled and beyond expression grateful for that. So I need to hydrate again. Thank you, Erin. Really. Amazing. Hang on a sec. Sorry. All right, I got all discombobulated. Okay. Susan Europe, Susan, sorry, was proud to be one of the 1,500 to protest. Awesome. Just where were you? Because I know there were protests in very tiny places that you would not normally associate with protesting. So that's fantastic. Lynn gifted 5 Married Trump Media memberships. Lynn, thank you so very much for that. That's awesome. Julie's taps for vests, member for 4 months. Excellent. Comment, hi Mary, so happy to see you. I'm very happy to be here. I made it to 2 marches today. They were 30 miles apart. They were both peaceful, joyful, and well-attended. Roseville, California, and Davis, California. I love that. Cool. Very, very cool. The Danissa, thank you so much, Danissa. Comment: I struggle with agoraphobia. I was able to go out yesterday, but I got nervous. I just stayed on the sidelines and supported everybody. Hey, there are no sidelines here. Just getting out was extraordinary. Like, we needed people involved in any way they could possibly be involved. Okay, that's huge, and agoraphobia is no joke. So the fact that you got out at all and were aware enough of how you're feeling not to overdo it is amazing. So thank you, because I'm telling you, it all matters. All of it. Thank you, Danessa. Hang on one second. Whoops. Rick Robin, thank you so much. I don't know what that currency is, but I can't wait to find out. Not political question. Mary, have you watched the pilot episode of Knights of Guinevere? No. It was created by Dana Terrace, who also created the Alice. I have not, but that sounds like it's right up my alley, so I am going to. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm going to write that down. Okay. Oops. KM, thank you so much for that's really generous of you. Comment: 20,000 people showed up for No Kings in Madison, Wisconsin. Awesome. And no police incidents. I'm grateful for every person setting up for democracy. Grateful for you, Mary, and your team. Thank you, Cam. Yeah, I'm grateful to every single person who supported you. I mean, what a wonderful, wonderful way to be American in this dark moment of ours. And again, according to NPR, among the biggest protests were in the city in Washington, D.C. No arrests, 0. That says a lot to me. Yeah, the Mets are back. Okay. Yeah, it's time for. I think they need to start working right now on next season. All right. Comment: if it makes you feel like you got to go yesterday, you inspire one side of my sign with some water that we heckled our heck with Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh my goodness gracious! I now don't feel as bad as I used to about not being able to go. So thank you. And send a picture. Again, please, everybody, send pictures to info@marytrumpmedia.com, and we will start making slideshows and showing them throughout the week. Rocket Steady, super sticker. Thank you so very much for as always. And finally, Veronica 2.0, thank you as always. Comment: glad you're better, Mary. Thank you. I am. I'm tired, but I'm better. Question: have you heard Schwarzenegger push no vote on 50? Comment: Mary Anderson. Enough said. Yes. Marian Anderson, brilliant. Maria Callas, obviously, to the greatest opera performances all time is Maria Callas in Turandot and in Tosca, which I believe is her greatest role ever. Jesse Norman. Yep. So many. Have I heard Schwartz? I don't really pay much attention to what Schwarzenegger's doing. I don't, and I feel like I should. Is he coming out against California's attempt to level the playing field with grading districts? I don't know, but I'll check it out. But if it's yeah, I don't believe that Arnold Schwarzenegger has ever been a positive political force in this country. That's for sure. All right. That does it for us. Sorry to keep short, but I have somewhere I need to be. Okay. It's good to be back. And I am back from here. And so this week, Monday through Friday, Mary Trump Live at 6:00 p.m. Eastern time. And do not forget, please, we have pre-recorded videos every single day, 7 days a week. Please check those out. We totally think you're gonna like them and get a lot out of them. Those, yeah, they drop throughout the day, typically 2 and 4, every single day. Saturdays and Sundays too. And what else did I want to tell you? I don't know. Thank you for watching on YouTube, for watching the stream on Twitter, and at our Substack, The Good in Us, to everybody listening to the podcast, to all of our new members, all of you awesome people gifting memberships, to all of our amazing super stickers, everybody giving donations. You guys help us more than you know. Also, of course, to our awesome moderators. And just a quick reminder that we will, starting next week, now a week from tomorrow, Ask Mary Anything with Reason will be on Monday evenings at 6 p.m. Sorry for the change. I have lots of weekend working things that I need to be doing. So, we just got to roll with it. Flex. What else did I need to say? Thank you to my amazing team, which tonight is Lexi. Thanks, Lex, for everything. And that does it. Until tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, Ameritalk Live, please, everybody, stay safe and be kind.